Wow, guys, what a game we just watched between Barcelona and Inter. It is an instant Champions League classic in the semi-finals, guys. 3-3 at full time, and it is all to play for in the second leg in Milan next midweek, guys, because these two teams have served up a cracker tonight, guys. Full time, unfortunately, Barca were not able to win the game tonight, but there's one thing that Barca did tonight. They ensured that they did not lose tonight, guys. The team simply refused to lose tonight because after going down 2 goals in the first 20 minutes of the game, it seemed like Barca's hope of getting to yet another Champions League final is going to be dashed. But somehow, the guys, like we've seen them done so many occasions this season, guys, Barca were able to mount a comeback yet again in that first half. Before halftime, Barca had already made it 2-2 and Inter were up for it. But credit to Inzaghi and his team. When they came out in the second half, Inter looked a totally different side. They were creating chance after chance after chance. And Dumfries, what a game he had. He was the nemesis for Inter tonight. He was Barca's nemesis tonight because he destroyed Barca down that right flank time and time again. He was able to hurt Barca on that flank and he scored twice. He was rightly named the man of the match after a scintillating performance. And Inter have been a very solid side in the Champions League this season, to be honest. But this Barca side, guys, immense character Hansi Flick has instilled in this side. This team, they don't know when they are beaten tonight. They simply refused to lose to Inter tonight. It could have been a totally different story right now because with the way Inter started the game, Barca were up for it. But it was a nice response from the guys. Before halftime, they were able to make it 2-2. And even though Dumfries made Inter take a 3-2 lead in the second half, Barca were still able to show that character and powers of recovery once again via Raphinha's strike. Well, it went down as a Yann Sommer own goal, but I think that's all credit to Raphinha for that insane strike, and he could have even won it in the dying stages of the game with yet another thunderbolt from outside the penalty area, and it forced a great save from Yann Sommer once again. But today the game had a bit of everything. This game was a classic in every sense of the word. All the goals, we saw some really great goals in the game tonight. Thuram's goal in the first 30 seconds of the game was a brilliant goal, and Dumfries' goal was even better to make it 2-0 to Inter. And then for me personally, the goal of the night, Lamine Yamal's wonder strike. Oh my god, man, this guy, every passing day he seems to be Messi. The influence that Messi had in Barca, it seems to be that something similar that Lamine Yamal is beginning to show, because this game tonight, Lamine Yamal was the architect of Barca's remontada, because he was the one that put the team back when it seemed like the team was falling apart. Lamine Yamal, he took charge, he dribbled past Inter players, and he gave Barca a lifeline tonight, guys. What a performance this kid is having at 17 years old. And it is easy to forget that Lamine Yamal is still only 17 years old, because at 17, bro, I don't think Messi was even doing this at 17, bro. Lamine Yamal is special, man. This guy can mark an era. He's a generational talent, and I wouldn't be surprised very soon Lamine Yamal has to be in the conversation for not just the best right winger in the world. At this point, with the way this kid is playing, he has to be in the conversation for the very best player in the world right now, because this guy is, whoa, this guy is just brilliant, guys. But I think overall for the neutrals, it was a classic. Unfortunately for Barca fans, a bit disappointing that we couldn't get the win today. But I think a draw is fair because Inter, credit to Inter, they played very well as well, and it's all to play for in the second leg. Of course, it's not going to be easy because going to San Siro is always difficult. But with the way this Barca team have been playing this season, I don't think even our greatest detractors or haters would put it past us to go to San Siro next week and get a result. We couldn't win today, but very relieved with the response from the team because the team showed character. Let's not forget that just a few days ago we played extra time in the Copa del Rey final against Madrid. So of course at this stage of the season, with the way a lot of players have even gone down injured, you could see that at some point in the game tonight against Inter, Barca had 4 center halves on the pitch. Unfortunately, Koundé has joined the injury list because he had to make way in the first half. He was substituted and replaced by Eric Garcia. But apart from that, in the dying stages, in the later stages of the game, Barca had 4 center backs on the pitch, guys. Because at some point, Gerard Martin, another underwhelming performance from the guy. He's not just the answer, guys. I can't wait to have Balde back. if Balde can return for the next game, guys, it will be a huge lift for us, because Gerard Martin is definitely not your guy when it comes to that left back position. Gerard Martin is not our guy, because at some point Inigo had to go to left back because of Gerard Martin's poor performance. Araujo had to come on and replace Gerard Martin, which meant that Inigo had to go to left back, and we had Inigo on left back, Kubasi and Araujo in the center half, and Eric Garcia at right back. So that's 4 center halves that we had on the pitch at some points in that game tonight. That shows you the level of injuries that the team has been battling with, guys. The 2 fullbacks are out at this point, and that's consequence of the number of games that the players have all had to deal with. So, well, I think it's nice to see that the team is showing strong character in this critical moment of the season. All hope is not lost, guys, because we did well, guys. We did well. This game could have been something else. It could have been worse. This game could have been disastrous for Barca tonight, but the response was good. We've done it so many times this season, guys. What more can we say about this team and what Hansi Flick has done with these boys? It has been a remarkable job, because the character that these boys have right now, they don't ever give up. Barca keeps pushing, and that's what we've seen tonight. We have handed ourselves a lifeline. I know before the game started, a lot of us would have expected us to take a lead into the second leg, but unfortunately, that has not been the case, but it could have been worse, guys. But this team, they have shown their character once again. They have fought back. We have fought back, and we have earned a well-deserved draw, although we would have hoped for better, but a draw that gives us an opportunity to go to Italy next week and fight for a result. And I trust this team, guys. I believe in this team. This team is a team that I believe will go to Italy and do everything possible to get to that final in Munich. But I have to say hats off to Lamine Yamal, guys. What a performance from him once again tonight. The guy was just mind-blowing at 17, running rings around veterans like DiMarco and Acerbi. This is just mind-blowing. Bastoni, those guys, they couldn't deal with Lamine Yamal tonight. And even though Dumfries was named the man of the match, tonight was Lamine Yamal's night. The world has taken notice. The guy is a confident lad, and he has been doing the talking on and off the pitch, because his performances on the pitch, especially in the biggest game so far this season, they have all been mind-blowing, guys. So congratulations to the boys, even though it's not the result we hoped for, but what a performance it was to get back and draw level with Inter, having to come back on all 3 occasions, because we're 2-0 down, and after Inter retook the lead again, after making it 2-2, we had to come back and make it 3-3 again. So it's all to play for in the second leg, and we shall be hoping that Hansi Flick will do some reasonable rotations this weekend ahead of that trip to Valladolid, so that we can have a fresh squad to head to Milan next week to take on this very, very good Inter Milan side. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça. Adios.